Have you ever wished someone would miss you, really miss you, after you stopped giving them attention? Maybe it's someone who took you for granted or slowly drifted away. You want them to think about you, to feel your absence, to realize your worth. According to psychology, there are specific behaviors that can actually trigger that feeling, not through manipulation, but through emotional awareness and human nature. People miss what they can't easily have. It's simple psychology. When something becomes less available, our brain values it more. The problem is, most people do the opposite. They chase, they text too much, they try too hard to stay in someone's mind and end up losing all mystery, all attraction, all emotional power. If you truly want someone to miss you, psychology says you have to stop giving them the comfort of your constant presence. When you pull away slightly, not out of anger, but out of self-respect, the brain of the other person starts to feel a void. That absence creates curiosity, then confusion, and finally longing. Humans are wired to crave what's suddenly missing. That's why silence and distance can often be louder than words and effort. But here's the key: it only works if your absence feels valuable. If you constantly give, care, and show up, people get used to it. It becomes expected. The moment you stop, their mind starts to replay every little thing you used to do. They remember your voice, your energy, your presence, and their brain links that memory with loss. That's when missing you begins. Psychology calls this the scarcity principle. The less available something is, the more valuable it feels. You can't make someone miss you by begging for attention. You make them miss you by creating a contrast between what your presence felt like and what your absence feels like now. But this doesn't mean you suddenly disappear or play games. The real secret is emotional balance. Be warm, kind, and authentic, but don't overexpose your energy. Don't always reply instantly. Don't always initiate. When you pull back just enough, you create space for the other person to step forward. And when they do, they'll realize how much your presence actually meant to them. Another powerful psychological trick is unpredictability. When someone can't fully predict you, when you're not too available or too distant, their brain stays engaged. This creates what psychologists call the reward uncertainty effect. It's the same thing that makes people addicted to checking messages or social media. They never know when the next reward will come. If your interactions are slightly unpredictable, it keeps you on their mind even when you're not around. Psychology also says that people remember emotions more than actions. If you made them feel safe, understood, or deeply seen, they'll crave that feeling again. So instead of trying to remind them of you with words, remind them through emotional memory. Be the person who once made them feel something they can't easily find anywhere else. That's what truly lingers in the mind. Now here's something few people realize: when you focus on improving yourself instead of chasing someone, you become magnetic. The more you evolve, the more people feel your absence. When they see you glowing, growing, and happy without them, their brain interprets it as loss mixed with attraction. It's a mix of regret and admiration, the most powerful emotional trigger there is. Psychologists say that emotional detachment, not coldness, but calm independence, is deeply attractive. When you stop needing someone's attention to feel worthy, they start wanting your attention more than ever. Because human nature is ironic. We chase what we think we're losing, and we ignore what we assume we already have. There's also something called the Zeigarnik effect. It means people remember unfinished emotional experiences more vividly than completed ones. So if your story with someone ended abruptly, or you walked away without drama or closure, that lack of ending actually keeps you in their thoughts. The brain keeps replaying it, searching for resolution. In a strange way, your calm silence becomes the echo they can't turn off. But remember, this only works when your distance comes from self-respect, not manipulation. If you're pretending to ignore someone just to get a reaction, they'll feel it. Real strength comes from emotionally detaching. healing, and focusing on yourself, not waiting for someone to chase you. When you genuinely move forward, your energy shifts, and that's when people start feeling your absence on a subconscious level. So if you want someone to miss you instantly, here's what psychology really says. Stop chasing, stop overgiving, stop explaining yourself. Instead, create emotional space, focus on your growth. Let silence do the talking. When your presence is peaceful and your absence feels heavy, that's when people realize your true value. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone, you just need to walk in it. Because when you become rare, you become unforgettable. And one day, when they see you happy and distant living your life without them, they'll miss you not because you're gone, but because you were the only one who ever made them feel something real. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all.